How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, please do hit that like, subscribe and all that jazz. It really does help the channel out. So, got a little bit of a different video for you this time. Those of you that watch my channel will know that I am a massive 1/6 scale action figure collector. I love my Hot Toys, my 3-0 figures, all that kind of stuff. And I'm also very partial to some of the third-party figures. One of my moons over the last few years has been that I can collect any number of Star Wars figures or MCU related figures that I want. But when it comes to comic accurate versions of the characters, there are few and far between. In fact, predominantly that comes from third-party makers such as Hottoys. Now, they've done some real good figures. Interestingly, over the last week or so, it's gone a bit bloody nuts, and all of a sudden we've had a whole host of new figures being announced, which are comic versions or cartoon versions of some of my favourite characters. Everybody seems to have gone X-Men mental. Suddenly, Present Toys out of nowhere produce a Cyclops figure, which is pretty impressive, and a Magneto on a stunning sentinel hand chair. Then they go and put out this teaser image, which shows again more X-Men characters. They've got Cable and Wolverine and Sentry, that well-known X-Men character. What the not to be beaten, Toys immediately put out a teaser like this with all of the X-Men animated characters on. So we're getting a whole host of them from hopefully. Then Hot Toys announced a team up with these guys to produce their own version of Wolverine at a entry-level price point, which basically means it's going to be cheaper than your usual Hot Toy. Now, the figure looks pretty impressive, so I'm very excited. But it got us thinking, what X-Men characters, what X-Men do I really want to see? This is, in essence, my wish list for X-related characters. We've got 10 of them, so let's just crack on and see what I hope we might get in the future. Gonna start off with one of my favourite characters. It didn't start off as a favourite character, but we've got Warren Worthington. Now, when he was the Angel, I wasn't particularly interested, but when he was transformed into Archangel, I absolutely fell in love with him. I think this guy would make a feckin' amazing figure. I want this suit. I want the blue and the purple stroke pink suit. He's had a whole host of different costumes you can choose from, but that's my favourite. Now, we've seen with the Captain America Falcon figure, they can do huge wings, so this could look stunning. I think this would be an amazing looking figure. Next, we've got one of my favourite X-Men of all time, one of the original New Mutants, Cannonball. Sam's always been one of my favourites. I think he's got an amazing looking power set. I think a Hot Toy or a 1/6 scale figure of this would be phenomenal. Having him with a kind of a snap-on blast effect for his legs could look amazing. Again, whole host of costumes to choose from, but this would be my choice. I love this look for the character. Okay, he's a fountain X-Man, but let's be honest, the figures we've had in the past from him are pretty shitty. And this is, of course, good old Bobby Drake, the Iceman. I absolutely adore Iceman, and I am absolutely gagging for a really high quality 1/6 scale figure. Now, I don't want a clothed Iceman. I want him looking like a solid block of ice. I want him almost see-through, translucent, whatever you want to call it. And I want loads of snap-on effects. I want an ice slide. I want interchangeable arms and hands so you can form it into different kind of ice weapons. I think this could be a stunning figure. Technically how they do it, I haven't got a bloody clue, but it could look feckin' amazing. Next is a character that I don't really know a great deal about. I read her when she was first introduced, but this is Armor. I just think in terms of the aesthetics of a toy, this could look amazing. You've basically got an action figure encased in a glowing pink exoskeleton. This could look huge on the shelf, and it would look really, really imposing and certainly draw an eye or two. I just think, even though I don't particularly know the character, this could look like a cracking figure. Then we've got another member of the New Mutants, although not one of the founding members. We've got a great character in Warlock. Yes, this member of the techno-organic race, Phalanx? Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, this guy could look stunning. I would want him die cast, shiny gold bits all over the place. And I just think, again, you could have all kinds of different interesting snap-on attachments for him to give him different kind of extensions of the techno-organic virus. If you wanted to go mad, you could give us a Douglock. Oh, that would look tremendous. Doug Ramsey spliced in half with Warlock, I think would look phenomenal. Then, for all you army builders out there, put away your stormtroopers and have a shelf of multiple men. Jamie Madrox, just imagine this. Again, all kinds of different costume designs. This is the one I particularly like the best. But you could have tons of this guy on your shelf. Now, he's a pretty standard figure in terms of not many attachments and things like that. So what I would want is a relatively cheap double pack. Then you've got at least 2 of them on the shelf. If you want more, you can buy more and really army build. But again, this could look great on your shelf. Then we've got something of a crowd pleaser. Good old X-23, Wolverine's clone daughter. I think, again, she could look amazing. And again, she's had a whole host of different costume choices, but this is my particular favourite. I like her looking like Wolverine. I like that Wolverine kind of design on her. She's an incredibly popular character, so I think this one would fly off the shelves. Particularly if she makes an appearance in Deadpool. Now, it is criminal, I tell thee, that we've not had a good version of Storm in 1/6 scale. In fact, I don't think we've had any version of Storm. Correct us in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think Storm could make a stunning figure. All kinds of weather effects, snap-on lightning bolts and stuff like that, if that's your bag. I think, again, she's had a whole host of costumes for you to pick. I particularly like the traditional white. I think that looks very cool. But I'm a bit of a sucker for those thigh-high boots as well. But Hot Toys, if you wanted to make this little ginger geek very, very happy, give us Goddess of Thunder. Give us Thor spliced with Storm. This could look amazing on my shelf with my other Thor figures. One of my favourite characters who didn't fare too well in the X-Men movie Apocalypse is, of course, Psylocke. I think Betsy would look stunning in 1/6 scale form, and you could have a whole host of different attachments for her. I like the ninja look personally myself, but you could have, you know, some of her psionic effects, the butterfly clip on for her eyes, all that kind of stuff. I think she would look amazing and would really, really stand out on the shelf. And finally, one of my favourite X-Men is, of course, Hank McCoy, the Beast. We have had a figure of him in the past from a third-party company, which was shite. So I want a real good version of the Beast. Multiple versions that you can go for with the Beast, but this is what I want. I like the Devil Beast, as he's commonly referred to. Now, here's the big question. Do you go sculpted or do you go fur? Do you try and get some kind of flock on the Beast? I think I'd like to say a flocked figure. But let us know what you guys would think. Okay, ladies and gents, that's my list of 10 wanted X-Men related figures. You will have no doubt noted there's no bad guys there. There's no villains. I have stuck to the heroes. So watch out for a future video where I'm going to be telling you my top 10 X-villain figures that I would like to see made. Okay, please do drop a comment below. Let us know what figures you would like to see from the X-Men universe. Let us know what costume designs for some of the figures that I've picked that you think would look best. Please remember, ladies and gents, to hit that like and subscribe button. And also remember, any funds we raise on this channel go to mental health charities. Okay, that's your whack. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.